Well, hello! Welcome, everyone! It's Wednesday night, it's 8 p.m., and it's The Important for the Wayward Gamer. Hello, I'm your host, your guest. Well, you're my guests. I'm the host. This is The Important for the Wayward Gamer. I'm Jay, also known as Neopet3 on the socials. But you know what? Enough about me. We want to get into the game because we have some exciting stuff for you tonight. Yes, and if you didn't know, this episode will be called Adventures in Babysitting, Dragon Wrymling Edition.
Oh, God.
So,
Great.
with that
Isn't that Christina? Can I be Christina Applegate?
Yes.
Awesome.
With that being said, we're going to introduce our players. Carrie, who are you playing tonight?
I am playing Bryn, and apparently the babysitter in the title.
Yes.
The boys have been giving me a hard time all week about all the hijinks that are probably going to happen. Literally, statistically, probably. That I don't mean probably in a hyperbolic way. And yeah, I'm anxious to get going. Let's roll.
Very cool. Jeff, who are you playing?
I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Avero Starborn, the group's resident theoretical arcanist slash coward.
Nice. Nice.
Excellent.
I
Excellent.
tell it like it is.
That is very true, and that is why we love you and love this group.
Yes. Yes.
Jim, who are you playing?
I have Jim Hawkmere1 on Twitter, and I'm playing Glassdock Steelcloak, the muscle in the party, who really isn't as muscular as everybody thinks he is. So, I mean,
Also
Man.
tell it like it is.
Glassdock is too jacked.
Yeah.
Listen, he is too swole
Warrior
to control.
Warrior jacked.
Yeah.
Jacked. Yep.
yeah, he's warrior jacked, but he's not. Well, yeah. Okay, we'll get into that later.
Yeah. So I'm just double checking because we did some this was the first episode of 2022. We took a little break for the holidays, had some adjustments, added a few things. Some people might recognize, hey, is that a new cool logo you've got on your overlay? Why, yes, it is. I'm updating the channel a little bit. So new logos, the overlays will be adjusted because there's also something else new on the overlay. If you haven't seen, there is now a new party member token, and it's the little dragon.
Hi.
He's on the overlay now because he's part of the group. Because this is some of you. We're going to tell you what his name is in just a moment before we jump in. But before we jump into all the game, like I said, just want to make sure our audio's working well, things of that nature. Feel free to jump into chat and let us know. But before we start, there are three things we want to say. Taking a page from MTD and some of the other of our friends in the community, we want to make sure that you know that you matter, and that if you need help, there is help out there. You may think that you might not matter, but you do. There's been some recent suicides in the community that have touched some people, and we want to make sure that it doesn't. And we want to make sure that everyone is safe and good. So if you need help, go to our chat line, hit it, and then come back and look for that help that you need. So that's number one. Number two, we're here to have fun. We're here to enjoy, and we're having some fun. Rules, things of that nature, we do our best. We don't remember everything, but you know what? It's good. So with that being said, we are going to recap where we are. Actually, we're going to recap real quick. So where we are in our game, we left our group that they just got out of the mines.
You almost said intrepid heroes, but then stopped. I saw it.
So our intrepid heroes group came out of the mines, and they were greeted by a dragonborn with black scales, armor, and basically introduced himself as a air of interesting paladin, possibly. Glassoff just sat down and started eating the food that he had there. Clearly, he was waiting for everyone.
Yeah.
And which kind of freaked Bryn and Vero out a little bit. They're kind of like, wait a second here. Wait a second. What's going on? Are you doing something? And then you found then Avira noticed the backpack. Backpack being a magical backpack. And of course, just went in there, wanted to know what it was. The command word was spoken, and it turned into a nice big box. And out came the cute black dragon Wrymling. Cute. He's cute. You know,
He's adorable. He's a perfect little angel from heaven.
And his name is Vestron Drockrock. And for short, the group has called him Carrie?
Rocky.
Yeah.
He's Rocky.
I want to clarify, not the group.
Okay.
Carrie has decided, / Bryn has decided he is Rocky.
So Rocky now has been introduced to the group. And the fable words that this individual shared with you, we're going to recap real quick. In the introduction of this Dragonborn comes to you and says, so that I have it better prepared. My purpose and destiny is for me to deliver this gift to your party and share these words. You are to protect this creature with your life. For the lives of all creatures in the area of the realm depend on it. For it has been written that the natural ones will protect this one, and your influence upon this creature will determine the fate of Saltmarsh and the areas surrounding. The four of you will shape these lands and become the Saltmarsh legends in the process. So, the dragon, Rocky, has come out and it's come to sniff you a little bit. He went up to the Dragonborn, said his goodbyes. It kind of crawled up and spoke in Draconic to him and said, and basically Rocky told this Dragonborn, your mission has been completed, on your way.
Which Avira then
Nice.
translate.
Yep. And then as you're getting up, Rocky is there. Now, you do have a cleric with you who is traumatized from the experiences of the mine and really is not paying a great deal of attention. And she does need a lot of medical attention and some psychological stuff like that to deal with. At the Adventurers Guild will definitely be there to help her. So, so Rocky's there and he's kind of sitting there and he's looking at you. And he's giving you an intense sniff.
So the Dragonborn, the Paladin, he's packing up his stuff and he's heading out, right?
Yeah, he's going to be heading out.
Okay. Okay, Rocky, back in the box. We gotta get going. Let's, try to.
And he
I
kind of
turn and
looks
I
at
turn and
you.
look at Bryn, and it's like, come on, this is yours. Let's do it.
Yes, Rocky, it's very important you go back in the box so that we can get you into town without anybody seeing you. If they see you, there's no telling what they're going to do.
Rocky goes up to Glassdoff and just starts sniffing him. Just comes, just gets in. You know how that a dog just gets real up and just starts sniffing all around you?
Yeah, right in the crotch. We know what you're talking about, Jay.
That too. But he's also just, but it's more like your head, like your neck and stuff like that. He's just getting right up in there and just sniffing it. And occasionally, you can smell that swamp water.
Yeah.
In this area. It's just kind of.
Yeah. The fact that dwarves and dragons traditionally don't get along real well is not helping here. So
he stands on 2 feet.
Oh shit.
And grabs your face with his claws and brings you in. Puts you back. And then gets down on all fours and crawls over to Aviro. And starts sniffing, big time sniffing you.
He says in Draconic, hello, I am not food. As he leans as far back as possible.
And he's sniffing you big time. He's getting all close and sniffing you. And then he kind of walks around you a little bit and sniffs your backpack. And then you see the smile on his face. And kind of a little nod, and then goes over to Bryn.
I just sit down crisscross applesauce on the ground and just let him.
Aviro, if anyone would like to give me an insight check, you're welcome to do that. We're gonna do a persuasion check to see how well he gets into the box in a moment. But
just Aviro or all of us?
All you can do an insight check.
All right.
5.
I got a 19.
Nice.
I got a 12.
Okay. So what? Glassdoff, you picked this up, but Bryn definitely picks this up. That smile, he recognized Aviro's voice and recognized his scent because he was the one.
He spent all the time in the back of
the cart. So he heard the constant vibrations of Aviro talking.
Complaining.
Oh my God.
So he recognizes him well. Now, the thing is, he recognizes all of you, but he now feels more confident, comfortable, okay, are these the right ones? Okay, yeah, these are the right ones. This is what I do remember them. I want, and that's the body language. And then he kind of comes up to you and he's giving you that sniff all around and kind of holds back for a second as you're inviting him and kind of getting up close and doing the same thing and kind of sniffing you. Then gets on his 2 legs, hands kind of come out and kind of grab your face.
Is the Dragonborn still there?
No, he's still there. He's still packing up and everything else. Yeah.
So Aviro goes up. Excuse me, good sir. He says all this in Draconic. I don't believe you got the right people. We don't know anything about watching dragons. I'm so sorry. Do you have an acquisition form or something? I think you got the wrong people.
No, I don't have any contracts for you or acquisition
forms.
We don't need anything. We need to keep him fed and keep him happy. And I'm sure that will be very easy. He seems very lovable.
Yes, keeping him alive is the most important.
At this point, Bryn holds him up and he's adorable, giving the big Google eyes. And I'm like, who would want to hurt him?
I don't think he's that small.
Yeah, he's medium sized.
He's medium sized.
Yeah, hook him up like a gigantic dog. And I'm like, who would want to hurt him?
and his arm goes around Bryn. His arm kind of goes around Brad. It gets this kind of comes up and gets the smile.
Yeah, you know who wants to hurt him? Everybody. He's a black dragon.
He's a
Thank you.
baby.
Yeah, that just means he's easier for people to kill.
Oh,
I guess you're
we're
right.
not even
And
gonna pay for this.
I like put him down, and I kind of like, at this point we're buddies, and so I like put my hand under his little chin, and I'm like, we really do need you to get back in the box,
Persuasion.
just so nobody
check.
tries to kill you. Persuasion check.
Persuasion check.
I take some rations and I throw them in the box to
got a-
aid her.
23 persuasion, but is that aid? Like, I probably don't need the aid, but
No,
There would have
probably
been an
not.
aid, but you got was that not a nat? That was
20. That was a 19, so
Okay.
a 23
All right,
total.
awesome. So he's like, and he kind of gives you that look of like he understands. You also, because of your earlier insight check, you are fairly certain, even though he's only a few weeks old,
Mhm.
he's smart. He's intelligent.
Okay.
I mean, he understands everything, but it's that cross between of an intelligent animal who
Okay.
basically can understand you exactly what you're saying, understand danger, but is controlled by three things: food, and mischief.
Awesome.
So,
So he's like a sheepdog.
oh yeah,
Got it.
very much.
Got
so.
it. A border
much,
collie.
but much more intelligent. And-
Dangerous.
what's that?
Much more dangerous.
Yeah,
Much more
that's it.
dangerous.
So he kind of looks at you and goes, "In Draconic, okay," and goes,
I don't know what that means.
and
Means
then
But I
looks
love
at
you.
Vero and looks back at you, like translate.
He accepts.
Tell him thank you and that I love him.
The Vero translates into Draconic. She says thank you and that she loves you, although I'm not entirely sure that's possible. She just met you. I think it's more infatuation. We'll have to see.
Hmm. He looks at Avero for a second. He looks back at Carrie, or excuse me, at Bryn, gives a big old smile and says, "Thank you."
Oh my
In common.
God. He's making an effort. We're
He's-
already cracking the shell.
You're teaching him common,
Oh, yes.
Great.
and he goes
Oh.
back into the cabinet and kind of closes the door, and you hear a click.
He locks it from the inside. Oh my God. Like, well,
So Vero
oh, we boy.
says the magic word safety blanket. And
And it turns into a backpack.
It's safety blanket or security blanket?
oh,
Ooh.
that's a good question. I wrote down safety blanket,
Okay.
but maybe it's security blanket.
Okay.
I think it's
Just
safety
make
blanket.
sh-
It's safety
Okay.
blanket.
Safety blanket?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Just checking.
We're not splitting hairs here.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah.
gonna split
Semantics.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All right.
Um,
Well, it looks like I'm carrying this thing. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
the muscle is carrying the backpack.
Glasgow, you are so strong. And we all admire your musculature very much.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah. Let's get back to town.
so as you're proceeding back in town, the female cleric's coming with you, and you're coming in from the east side, so it's the same kind of way you came in. It's from a different road, but you eventually meet up, and you're going to be going to the same gate, which is right by the Wicked Goat and the Adventurers Guild. So you're still at that top location. It's only like I said, it's only going to be a few hours, but by the time you get to town, it's going to be dark. Based off of everything that you kind of come in, because you kind of came out as the sun was setting or before it was going to set. So there's a beautiful relaxation, just moment of that fresh air and the peace again. Not being in the caves.
Mhm.
So as you're walking, you're going to walk past this creepy looking house again. That's rumored to be haunted. It's wretched. It's been like 150 years old. It's decrepit at times. Things are falling. The brick and thing is kind of going around, and you're going. So you're walking. Rocky the worm is in his backpack, and you're heading into town. Is there anything you're special do before you get into town?
Before we get into town? Not
Yeah.
really.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean,
How
unless
far-
wait. Yeah, Glassdock turns to Bryn. How often do dragons have to go to the bathroom?
I don't know.
I
Maybe
mean,
we could ask him.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll put the box down and safety blanket or security blanket, whatever.
Linus is
That's exactly how Glassdock says it. Safety blanket, security blanket, whatever.
And in common, you're saying this in common, right?
Yes.
Nothing happens.
Oh, great. You have to. Oh my God. You got to say it in
Could you-
Draconic.
Hey, Aviro, could you teach us the phrase in Draconic just so we know that one phrase?
Of course.
What does it sound?
Sure.
Okay.
It's no big deal. It's drill.
Got it. Thank
You
you.
will be able to learn it. So semantic wise, you no problems with.
Drill.
So by the end of the day,
Leviosa.
yeah,
Leviosa.
No, drill.
Ah,
Leviosa. What's wrong with you?
close on the stream.
So suddenly the backpack turns into this big box.
We do this off of the road, though. You know,
Yeah. Mhm.
like
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're trying to stand a tree.
Yep.
Like right in the middle of the freaking highway. So, how often do you poop?
So do you knock on the door, or because he's
Yeah.
so he knocks on the door, and a few seconds later, minute later, you hear this click as the kind of unlocks, and suddenly the door kind of opens up a little bit, and the hand kind of comes out, and the head kind of peers out.
I elbow Aviro.
What? How? What?
Ask him if he has to go to the bathroom. And if he
You
doesn't,
ask
how
him.
often he does. I can't. I don't speak his language.
Fine. So in Draconic, Bureau asks, I'm so sorry. The Luddites here would like to know how often you defecate.
Why do you need to know my poop schedule?
He turns directly to Brandon and says, he wants to know why you need to know his poop schedule.
Because not just his poop schedule, we want to make sure he's comfortable. Can't have him overflowing the place.
yeah, he's going to be in the box overnight.
Plumbing in there.
Because you're going to be in the box overnight, and she doesn't want the place to overflow. She claims it's for your comfort. I'm not so sure.
He just starts laughing. He laughs a little bit. I'm fine. Don't worry. I'm good. And
Okay.
just kind of shuts the thing.
Okay.
He's fine. Don't worry. He's all great. Everything's hunky
Why was he
dory.
laughing?
I don't know. He's a baby. What do you want from me?
Okay.
Can I insight check Aviro?
Yeah, go for it.
That's a 2. That's not very good at all. Like, got my eye on you.
Glassdock doesn't care. So, you know.
Bro walks away muttering racial slurs about
Aren't you half?
Yeah, but elves are different, dude. They're assholes. Half elves are spunky. Elves are dicks.
Plus, you know, is she half wood elf? Is she half, you know?
She's half wood elf.
See? Totally different. Totally different.
Wow.
Those outdoors types.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
tell you.
All right. So, yeah. So, safety, security, however we say it, you know.
Okay. And yeah, you
Labiosa. Yeah.
you go back, all is good.
Awesome. Awesome.
Wow. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Phenomenal.
So, as you're
Really
heading
shaping up.
back, you hit back into town. Backpack, everyone. The guard is right there. And people are gonna get checked in. It's like, oi, anything to declare?
Only my wit and brilliance.
We're tired and hungry and wish to get back to the whatever goat it is tavern that we're staying at.
Short answer, no.
Tax payment to get in, 2 silver to get into the town, unless you're on official missions, which occasionally when you use that paper that when you take lets you come and go kind of at free without having to pay.
Oh,
Look, you'll
like that-
clearly see right here on the bottom,
I
written right
flicked
here.
six.
paragraph
I
eight,
flicked
sub-
6 silver to this guy, and I'm like, it's not worth it. Do you have any idea?
Come right in, milady. Come right in.
I
Oh,
lean to
you-
Aviro. I'm like, they're short-staffed. We have to be considerate. They're just trying to do their jobs, and it'll take forever. It'll take all day if we try to do that.
yes.
That comes out of your personal.
It did.
Oh
Out of my purse. Enjoy. You're welcome.
So you're gonna. I'm assuming you're gonna go to the Adventurers Guild right away to talk to your advisor and bring in
Turn in a quest.
turn in
Yes.
the quest and turn in the new cleric, or the cleric, I should say, not the new cleric.
Turn
Really
in
quick.
the other human soul. I forgot about her.
He's just kind of
Awesome.
dragging along.
She's
Of course,
very
she's witnessed the
quiet.
fact that we've been carrying a dragon on our back. So,
Yeah.
Has she though?
He's been in a
Has
1,000-yard stare the entire time.
okay, perfect.
So maybe?
You
But
don't
maybe not.
know if during the entire encounter, she was just under a blanket looking at a 1,000-yard stare. Because, like I said, unfortunately, she is very traumatized right now, and she will be. So that's why the Adventurers Guild is going to definitely be able to help her. Her adventuring career may or may not be over. So, at this point,
Man,
That sucks.
yeah, early retirement.
yeah, definitely an early retirement. But
But
you
she's
get-
rich. She can fall back on the family money.
That's kind of true. So as you get in, your advisor, Ina, who's glasses, kind of half elven, she's and she immediately starts yelling for some people. There's like 2 Adventure Guild members start rushing, grab the cleric. She's like, come with us, and bringing her into. We'll take good care of her. You brought her back. Oh, so wonderful. Oh, their parents will be so happy. We will definitely be able to let them know. Excellent work. Excellent work. Good job. Any hazards or anything? What about the other members? Anything else?
They're dead. Oh yes, they're long dead.
Wow.
Well, that's
Bryn is looking sadly after the girl who is being whisked away by attendants here. And Vero comes in like a wrecking ball, and you get the mom look from Bryn, and you know that look.
Wow.
He probably doesn't see it. Should I roll to see if he notices that he's being glared at?
You can't. I would roll with advantage. You can't not notice the the mom look.
Did you like turn around and look directly at me?
1000% daggers. You would feel physically this look.
What? It's true. It's true.
I know, but tact would be nice.
Their families aren't here. This is a transaction. Do I get paid?
Transaction. Oh my God. We're
Bryn walks away,
returning
go get a
a
drink.
fallen adventurer. It's not a transaction. We're not trading a body for
Transaction's the
money.
it's literally the only reason we did this was the
I
transaction.
mean, we kind of are trading in bodies for money. I'm gonna go get a drink.
and it's like, well, I need I'll have everything for you in the morning, if that is okay. Since you've brought her back, the payment should probably be adjusted. So we'll have your gold in the morning.
Excuse me.
Yes,
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm adjusted how?
increased.
Adjusted how?
Probably an increase.
Increased.
Ah, very well.
So,
Carry on.
so stop back tomorrow, and it'll be wonderful. Thank you. Good
I just
job.
I just grab a Vero and say, come on, let's go back to the inn.
So you head
It's-
down the block. It's getting nighttime. There's been no rustling. Like I said, the interesting thing is you don't feel movement at all from within the box or the bag at
He's so
anytime.
well behaved.
At any time. So yeah, you're just
He is right now.
you make your way back. It's nightfall, it's night, it's early evening. You make it back to the Wicked Goat, and you walk in, and the smells of sausages and
Oh,
food
God.
and ale just kind of hit you. And I'm pretty sure the dirtiness of the mine has over and the sense of bath smells to
Oh, yeah.
Avero. And it's pretty full. There seems to be some one of the things you did notice is that there was a lot of people on guard. Like there was a lot of nerves going around. There's been whispers and rumors kind of going around. There's been some activity since you've been gone, which you'll be picking up as you're sitting around the table. But you kind of come in, the owner's like, "Welcome back. The natural ones, is it? Excellent.
Yep, that's us. Can we get our rooms, please?
Well, let me see. We've had an influx, so I'm not sure if we've got the rooms available that you're needing. I can see about somebody over there. Static, you can check what rooms you've got over there. And then she's just like, yeah. She kind of runs off and she's going to check. He's like, have a seat and some drinks. And he looks over. Vero, I'm assuming you're going to need a bath.
Oh, be lovely, thanks.
I would like a bath, please. Is a hot one extra?
No, it's the same amount. But just make sure there's 2 baths. And
Glassdog, don't you want a bath? You don't want to share Avero's water, do you?
No. I'll.
there's plenty. There's plenty of them. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
I'll have to wait until one of you finishes because we have, things that we have to make sure are taken care of. And I give Bryn a dirty look.
We sure do. And I appreciate your help in the endeavor. I'm going to go take a bath.
So
You're such a dad. You're like, if you're going to have a puppy, it's your responsibility. You're taking it out. You're giving it a bath. You're going to feed it.
So for some reason, I'm wondering: can you see the new map?
Yes.
Yes.
All right,
My phone is in rice, so I cannot watch the Twitch right now.
no problem.
Okay, sorry.
No worries. So right now, that is the Wicked Goat. That is the tavern of the Wicked Goat.
Woo.
Pretty cool.
So lots of sitting areas. You got your bar. There's food. The stairwell right here goes upstairs, and there's plenty of rooms upstairs. But the most important thing right now is, Bryn or Carrie, I need a D1, a D10, because we're gonna see what room you get.
Okay. Here we go. 2. Room 2.
2. You're gonna get room 2. Wow. All right. So we're looking at the rooms. He's like, eventually you kind of sit down and things of that nature, and he's kind of looking around, and he's like, all right, so here's the problem we've got. I got only one room single currently. I got a double. I got 2 doubles or a single. So what do you, and some of them are not going to be the same ones you had before. But
Wait, 2 doubles or a single, or can we have the double? 2 doubles or a single?
I've got 2 doubles and a single. So you figure out who, if somebody wants a single or if you want a double.
I'll take the single. Enjoy the slumber party, boys.
Yeah, and I turn and look at Avero and goes, "Looks like we're bunking, buddy."
All right. If you say so. You snore.
I Do you snore?
I
Last
think
time.
that's the least of our problems at this point.
I disagree.
I go to Glassdock and I just kind of cross my arms and I smile. I'm like, Would you like me to lighten your load?
No,
dear
why don't you
friend?
go take your bath and then let me know when you're done?
And I actually like pinch Glassdog's cheek. And I'm like, you are a gem. And then I go off and I want to take my bath.
All right, so you go to your room. You roll 20 is now up, so you get to see the stars in the rooms you're going to be able to see. Your room
Awesome.
is actually quite large, and it has a balcony.
Oh, nice.
The other one, you have an outside walled room, which has 2 beds, small. Over to the top left.
Small bed doesn't bother me. How about you, tall guy?
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
these 5 areas up top are all baths.
Ow.
Baths, showers, pivies. So
Holy cow.
kind of convinced. So it's a big.
It's huge
to be-
upstairs.
Yeah, it's actually big.
Huge.
So you're looking at it, and you're in the rooms and stuff like that. Do you eventually go back down to after the baths and everything else? Are you gonna eat, or are you just calling it a night?
What
I
time
tell
are
him
we
to
saying
send
it is? What time of day are we saying it is?
It's early evening, so it's just after dinner rush, and it's kind of in that early evening.
Definitely food.
Yeah,
So-
I tell him to send the food and a glass of nice whiskey up to my room.
Okay.
So I can enjoy it while I'm taking my bath.
So Brenda's gonna go drop off and then go take a bath, which is gonna be available right away.
okay.
Vero, you're gonna drop and go to take a bath too, correct?
Hmm.
Blastoff, you're gonna be in the room, correct?
Yes.
And are you babysitting?
Yes.
So the box is gonna be in the room.
Not babysitting when you're a parent. It's just parenting.
Parenting. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see, babe. Is there anything that you're going to do with the box during the time that you're relaxing in the room?
No, I'm going to leave the box. So we're going to put the box. I'm going to put it in just like you've got the marker. I'll put it in the corner
Mhm.
near the balcony, or not on the balcony, but that wall. And I'm just going to kind of wait there for Bryn to come back and just, play stoic guard at this point.
I need all 3 of you, please, to roll me 2 perception rolls.
God,
What?
Jay, that's my worst
I
stat.
know. I need 2
Does the-
perception rolls.
Does the order of them matter? Like I
Nope.
rolled a 19 first and okay, just
No,
2
order
perceptions.
does not matter.
Okay.
Oh, God. 4? Oh, no, 6?
Wow.
17. There we go.
I got a 14 and a 12.
I got a 7 and an 18.
Ooh.
7 and an 18. Awesome. This is very good. Thank you so much. Okay. Passive perceptions are pretty good too, so that'll come into play as well. So the thing that's going to come to mind is while you're sitting in the room, stuff, you're kind of watching the door. You hear a little bit of noise coming from the box,
okay.
And eventually you hear the click, and the door kind of opens up, and suddenly the arms kind of stretch out as if waking up from a nap.
So
Like how the dog does the down with its back
down
end.
dogs, yeah.
Yeah. So
You have to say big stretches.
So I didn't enlarge the box. It's still in its backpack form.
Oh, it's still in its backpack form?
Yeah.
So suddenly, what you see is underneath the latch, you see a claw come out.
Oh God, he's opening it up from the inside. Great.
And kind of opens it, kind of twiddles it, and then kind of flips it, and you hear this safety blanket, and then suddenly it turns into a box.
He
And
can
then
let
you-
himself out of the box.
He can let himself out.
Let himself out.
It's fine. So we didn't need to ask about the pooping.
No, apparently not.
He kind of opens up the door and he kind of stretches out. as you see him come out, you get a look inside the box.
Okay.
I need to get a good visual from you. As you look inside the box, you see this stone ramp that goes down into this marble room with a big pool that's about 80 feet wide.
Oh my God.
It's bigger on the inside than the out.
Yeah.
It's Snoopy's doghouse.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Oh yeah, it's the TARDIS, literally, almost.
Amazing.
But yeah, and it's stone, and there's a big, huge water of just, and you get wafted a little bit of the smell of the swamp water in there. But you see some caves on the side as well. So this is a big, like, it's either like you've heard magic that like instant fortresses can be doing things, or it is a dimensional access to somewhere else. And it's just it's an entire dimension on its own.
Okay.
But it's this huge area. And he kind of comes out and he stretches and you get that little glimpse and the door kind of gets shut a little bit. And he's kind of looking up at you. And he puts up his finger for a second. And then goes back, opens the door and goes back in. Or kind of goes back in. He comes back out. And he puts his hand out like this.
Ooh.
And then he puts it back and he puts his hand out again and then takes the other one and he's doing this. He's got his hand over his own hand and then he pulls the hand that he has out and he looks at you.
You hungry? Are you? Yeah.
Take.
What?
Take.
Okay.
And he's waiting for your hand to come out.
So I put my hand out.
And he drops. So this is what we're going to do. Two things. One, I need a D20. Any D20. But I need to know evens or odds, whatever it's going to be. So the number doesn't necessarily matter. Need to know if it's going to be an even or an odd.
We'll say even.
Okay. What did you roll?
13. Of course I did.
Of course you did.
13, baby. Let's go.
All right. So I need to find my good information here. So with that 13, so he drops a gem in your hand.
Ooh.
And of course,
Only dwarves could appraise.
Yeah, some dwarves can. Not this one.
He's the black sheep.
I brew alcohol. I don't appraise gems.
Fair. Fair.
All right. Well, it appears the chart that of course, the chart's right in front of my face. Okay. So, so basically he drops a gem and I need since, let's get the players involved. Somebody roll me a D10.
Dibs.
Roll me a D10.
Yeah.
2 again.
A 2?
Yeah.
All right. And last, a D4.
That's you, Jeff.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. Now
We've all had a turn.
Everyone gets a turn. I'll play.
D4. 4.
Excellent. All right.
Cheers. We should have had Jeff roll at the beginning.
So actually what happens is he
Next time.
He drops one. He drops a moonstone, a transparent white gem in your hand. And he
Thank
basically
you.
says food.
You eat gems.
And he points towards the door. Food.
Oh, you want me to go get food?
Mm-hmm. And he's kind of shaking his head. Yes. And he looks at he points at the gem. Food.
Dude,
Okay.
he's paying his own way, man. He's going Dutch. How nice.
So I open my pack out and I pull out some of the trail rations and I show them to him. Okay.
He's like a 2-year-old.
Great. Does it have to be fresh, as in like still breathing?
In Draconic, he says something.
Great. All right.
This is like the movie Nell.
Okay.
I'm trying to find a way to communicate.
I hate myself for this.
Some like sign
All right.
language we can do.
So I turn to him and I say, "All right, you stay here."
Eat, all done.
And I go downstairs.
So you head downstairs while they're in the bath. You go downstairs. It's like I said, lively and everything else. People are they seem to be calming down. There were like, you could sense there was a secure. Everyone was on pins and needles for a long time, and now it's like now everyone's calmed a little bit better, but there's still a little bit of that edge that's kind of going. Something happened in town.
Okay.
So as you get down there, the owner's like, "Bah, what can I do for you?"
Do you have any access to some fresh livestock?
Yeah. Do chopped and meat? You want sliced, or you just need a?
And I put the gem down and I say, "I need a sheep."
Oh. Whoa. And he's looking at it going,
I heard that about dwarves.
Oh no.
At the bar. At the
No, no.
bar.
It's not for me.
I heard
For
that
the
about
elf.
dwarves, huh?
It's for the elf.
Yeah, that's the way it goes,
he's kind
pal.
of looking at you like, this will get you a lot of sheep.
Right. That's my point.
I get you some beef with this. You could get a whole cow plus.
All right. Do you have access to a full
You know
side of
what you're
beef right
giving me,
now?
lad.
No, I know what I'm giving you, but this is we'll call it payment in advance.
Understood. And he kind of pockets it. Do you want it delivered here?
Yeah, bring it up to Bryn's room.
Okay. I'm not gonna ask questions.
Oh, yeah, with her, it's best not to.
Yeah, and she wanted some dinner too and some jail. So yeah, we'll bring it all up when we get it. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I love how you say it's for the elf, but then send it to Bryn's room.
Yeah, but I didn't specify. You're both elf.
Yeah.
So
We don't know the difference.
Mm-hmm.
We look the same. 20 years, whatever.
Yeah, it's all the same.
So then when I go back upstairs, I try explaining to Rocky, okay, the food is on its way,
I'm gonna
but
stop
it's
you right there.
okay.
Oh, I can't roll this.
boy.
I need a Vero or Bryn. I need Carrie or Jeff. I need one of you. Well, actually,
Jim was very insistent that Jeff roll first next time.
okay.
So
I need both of you to roll a d20, opposed d20 checks, just straight d20s. But I
Oh,
want
God.
to see who's going to be the luckier one.
Nat 20.
11.
Okay. So, Jeff, you're relaxing in the water. This calm bubbles are sitting there. You're enjoying the cleanliness again.
My unseen servant is holding my target, and I'm conjuring darts and throwing them at the
Cool.
thing, and then conjuring darts and throwing them at the thing.
All of a sudden, you feel a little chill of a wind kind of blew. Not too chilly, but just kind of feel this warmth for a second as a kind of a little bit of wind kind of seems to have jostled the room a little bit as you're kind
It's
of.
it's a warm wind or a cold wind?
I would say it's a warm wind. Nothing.
Okay.
You know, it's
It's got an acidic tinge in the air.
And then you hear
Lemon?
this. What you reading? As the dragon's head kind of peers right here.
He is precious.
So,
Yeah, you're only saying that because he didn't bust into your bath.
so
Fair.
Vero
True.
completely starts splashing water everywhere, and like tries to cover himself modestly. And oh, hello. Why are you here?
What are you doing?
I taking a bath. What do you think I'm doing?
The water's clean.
Yes, I just got in.
He lives in a
Not
swamp.
swamp water.
But-
No,
Phenomenal.
no, it's very much
Phenomenal.
not swamp water. See, soap to get clean.
He climbs in to the bath.
Oh my god!
Vero scrambles out at the same time and is as far away across the room as possible, wrapping his towel around him.
And the water kind of splashes over the side a little bit and kind of drains. He's kind of both of you are kind of in. He's kind of like sitting and they go, and he just sits there.
Oh
Yes.
my God. What an
Um,
angel baby.
Great. I was finished anyway, and he uses prestidigitation to dry the water that is splashed over the edge.
What you do?
I cleaned up your mess.
You do magic.
Of course I do magic. So do you, by the way. You're a dragon.
What magic do you do?
All kinds of things. I'm a theoretical arcanist. I study what magic is, what it can do, what its possibilities are.
Hmm.
How old are you?
3
You're 3 already.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Ah,
What a big boy.
well, I don't know anything about the life cycle of dragons. So,
I'm going to live a long time, longer than you.
yes, I know that much. I know that much. Can I help you? Are you just here for art? I
The
thought
smelly
glass dog.
dwarf
What?
went to get me food.
I'm the smelly dwarf.
Well, yes. Good. I'm glad. Are you hungry? What do you eat?
I'm
Eat.
hungry. I want food.
That's fair. Yes, that's fair. Great.
Fish.
You like fish?
Ooh. The pescatarian.
Did you
Respect.
tell Glassstock that you like
He-
fish? Because
He
he's
not
probably
understand.
going to. He's probably going to come back with red meat. Just so you know.
I can eat red meat, but I like it pickled.
Interesting. I don't know if he knows what pickled means. Being
Just bring me meat. I'll keep it in my box.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. Great. Your housebroken, right?
What do you mean?
Do you relieve yourself in certain areas?
Why are you humans and humanoids all want to know my poop cycle? What's so big about my cycle when I poop and where?
So that you don't go where we will be.
What's wrong with that? You go where you go.
Yes, all right. I see no one's talked about this. Now, here's the thing. Yes,
Oh my God.
Oh god.
quite humorous. Yes, wonderful. So here's the thing. In polite society, which we are all now part of, including yourself, I'm sorry to say, in polite society, defecation and urination takes place in a specific area designated for those particular activities and nowhere else.
He kind of looks over at the pivy that's right there. It's like there.
Like that, yes.
I don't think I can do that.
See. Do we need to take you
Anyways.
outside for that?
I go. I can go in box.
Good.
Awesome. Perfect.
That's exactly what we want. Perfect. Just keep it in there.
Done?
I am now.
Okay, I go back, and he kind of goes towards the door.
Ta.
Just gonna let him walk into the
He opens up
hallway?
The door to the hallway. Bryn, you
He seems fine.
hear conversations next to you got a little loud for a second, and then you hear the door open, and you hear this language, and you hear this, and you hear this noise outside your door.
Oh God, I open up the door a little bit and I'm like,
And there's a claw just like about to kind of.
Oh shit. And I open the door a smidge and I like pull him into the room. I am naked as the day.
Someone's coming up the stairs.
Oh my God. I like Scooby-Doo yoink him into the room and I am bare naked and I'm just like, what? Why were you out in the hallway?
And he points over next door.
You are hold on a second. And I just kind of like go and I like
wet.
Oh yeah.
He goes into he sniffs the your water and then goes into your water.
That's fine. I was done. I get some like just kind of like my my pants and my like tunic, none of my armor or anything, and I'm like.
And as you finish, he starts splashing, and just the water just starts going everywhere.
I I kind of smile and then I go over to him and I put my hand very gently like on his nose, and I'm like, no splashing. We don't want to make a mess.
You hear a knock at the door.
Who is it?
You okay in there? Make sure the water shouldn't be splashed. Don't damage the floor.
Yep, I'm doing my best. Sorry, I'm not decent. Don't come in now.
All right, just don't make a mess. I gotta clean it. And
yeah,
suddenly the footsteps go a little bit further.
And I kind of like look back at Rocky then, and I'm like. Feel free to not answer in a very verbose manner. But are you having a good time? Oh, yes. Are you very hungry? Do you need me to go get you some food?
Dwarf.
Ah! Glassstock. He's getting you food now?
Yes.
Good.
And suddenly his common language skills seem to be becoming a little bit better.
Language skills leveled up. Perfect. Awesome. Terrific. I'm like,
and then he goes up to the door and he the hand kind of comes up and it's
no.
He's like trying to figure out how to open the door. It's like one of those things where he understands the mechanism, but he's never really opened a door before. This time. So he's kind of like,
I kind of go and I want to like put my hand like kind of gently on the back of his little claw.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you're doing a great job, but we can't go out there right now because there are other people. And if they see you, so you have to stay in here. You can stay in here with me, or we can go find Glassstock real quick. And then we can probably get you some food.
And he goes to the window that's there, kind of bursts through it because he really doesn't understand the process of too much.
Nope.
And then just starts climbing up on top of the roof.
Okay. Well, don't get seen by anybody. Don't fall. Well, I guess he has wings. Right. Have a good time, Angel.
So Glassstock, you return to the room, and the door to the box is slightly ajar, but not too bad.
Okay.
You come in. What are you going to do?
So obviously the dragon's not anywhere that I can see him.
Nope.
So I like open up the box and kind of look inside. Are you in there?
In there, in there.
Shit.
And you notice the window is open.
Oh God. All right.
Amazing.
So I'll look out the window. Do I see any other windows that are possibly open? Like he could have.
Not at this point.
All right. So I go out in the hallway and so when the baths are being used, is that when the doors are closed?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll just go up to the first closed one and start knocking on it and go, Aviro, Bryn.
So at this moment, you actually see someone walking away, and you hear this kind of, as you're walking up, you hear a crash from one of the from bathrooms.
Okay.
You will hear this also, Aviro. Next door to you, there's kind of a crash. One of the.
So I knock on the door. You okay in there?
Bryn, they're knocking on your door, and you hear a glass.
Whose door? Oh, okay. I'm like, so after the interacting with Rocky, I've kind of started to think about going to bed, and I'm just kind of like laying on my little bed, and I have my cool bottle of whiskey,
You're
and I'm
still
just
in the
like,
No, you're in this
You're
still. You're still in the bathroom.
oh, never mind then. What?
Rocky's missing.
I open the door immediately. I'm like, what do you mean he's missing?
He's well, he gave me okay, short version. He went into his box. He can open it up on his own and make it big. Handed me a gem, told me to go get him food. So I went downstairs to get a side of beef for him. Beef is being sent up to your room. When I got back upstairs, he's not in the room anymore.
Interesting. I did see him. He came through the hallway, and I kind of like give a dirty look to Aviro and to Glassdock, and I'm just like, and I snuck him into my room. He told me you were going to get food for him,
and the food's coming. But if he's in your room, one of us better be in there when
he's
the
not
food
in
gets
my
delivered.
room anymore. He left. He was going to find you.
This was still in the bath area. So you never actually got to your room. So this is all
I apologize.
in the small bath. Nope, no problem.
Gotcha. My bad.
No problem.
So I said so I guess we should look in my room. I mean, I haven't been in there yet.
Okay. You go do that. I'm going to go get the box. And so that way we can put him in your room because there's more room in your room.
That's true.
Okay. So I go get the box and security blanket, safety blanket, whatever, like a shrink.
As you get the box, the doors are closed. And the window's closed.
Can we open the door to the box?
Yeah, you could try.
Okay.
Yeah, you
So
can open it.
All right. So I try opening it.
It opens. It's not unlocked.
Rocky, are you in there?
What?
Okay.
Andrew,
That's all I needed to know. And I shut the door.
Oh boy, gotta get him a shot collar.
And I carry the backpack over to Bryn's room,
Mm-hmm.
set it down in there, and let Bryn know that there's a side of beef on its way up.
Oh, perfect.
At this moment, as you're dropping, you're kind of looking at, and Bryn's room is actually quite nice. And it actually is the same room you had before. The bed is very large. Actually, let me take that back. It's a larger room. So it's a large bed. You have a balcony. You've got this. It's a nicer furniture. And there's also the thing that you notice this time that you didn't notice in one of the other rooms that you're in. And Glassdoff and Avero, you'll notice this in your room as well. Each room, or at least most of the rooms, there's a nice painting on the wall.
Mm.
And Glassdoff, as you set this down, as you're about to walk out the door, you look over to your right, and on the wall, you see a painting. And this particular painting has an adventurers group in it. There's 4 individuals.
Okay.
One is quite dark and kind of blurred, and it's kind of stepped back from the other 3. And the painting seems to have been damaged, maybe by age.
Hmm.
And you see a short, I want to say a medium-sized, possibly a dwarf-looking individual. See a human female standing next to him. And then you see an elf in very familiar robes painted on this painting. And it has an AG sign at the bottom. And you're looking at the faces, and you could swear that's a Vero in that painting.
So I turn to Bryn and go, does he look familiar to you?
I look at where he's pointing. Does it? I mean, I'm
Looks
sure.
like a Vero.
Yeah.
And the dwarf kind of look. It's a dwarf with the similar color that Glassow has, and a similar female half elf standing there too. And then there's a 4th that's kind of faded as the painting is faded. Humanoid.
When he says he looked familiar, I'm like, yeah, he does. And I'm like, and then I notice the dwarf and I'm like, huh. And I like put my hand like under Glassstock's chin again.
Mm-hmm.
And I like look at his face and look at the painting and look at his face and look at the painting. I'm like, and I point at the dwarf and I look at Glassstock and I'm like, you too. Looks just like you.
Well, that one looks like you.
I think I'm skinnier than her.
And
You're wrong.
probably taller.
And I kind of like look down at myself and like, maybe. Still, that's eerie. Who's that 4th one?
It's almost damaged and very hard to see. It's shaded. Like there was a painting there, but it's something like with age and damage. You all you know, it's a humanoid.
Wow.
About 6 foot.
Huh. So at this point, so whose room is this in?
Yours.
This is in my room?
Yeah.
So and Glassstock is with me for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, my friend, I hate to ask you this. Could you watch Rocky for like...
No. And I turn around and walk out.
No. I kind of roll my eyes and I'm like, I'll take care of it in the morning.
Awesome.
And I have something I want to take care of in the morning before we leave. I was going to do it now, but apparently not.
You got your bath. Now it's
That's
my
fine.
turn.
That's fine.
So Vero,
Glassstock says as he marches angrily down the hallway.
I know, as I walk with purpose.
you walk with purpose. And
Awesome.
Glassstock, you make it back to your room, and Avero's there, changed and all ready, and
I'm just muttering to myself about what a pain in the ass this dragon is going to be, and take my armor off and say, I'm going to go take a bath now, and I walk away from Avero. I don't even give him a chance to say anything to me.
Avero, during this time, you're hungry too? Are you gonna wait for Glassstock to go get some food, or?
No, after his bath and he goes back to his room and he changes and gets all ready, he's gonna wander downstairs.
So as you wander downstairs, the owner's like waves you at, and she's like, soloing it tonight. They're not gonna be joining you, eh?
Perhaps. I'm not sure. I'm just famished.
Well, the food should be up shortly. They'll be up to your friend's room, so no worries about that. And he pats the gem that's kind of in his pocket right now. He's like, "Don't worry, we'll take care of it."
Avero has literally no idea what he's talking about. So.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Good for you for knowing where you were at, bro. Jeff's paying attention. He
So
should
you
get an
have-
inspiration point.
Do you still have it? Don't you?
I don't know
What?
if he has one or not.
I'm
I just was
thinking-
suggesting.
That was
Do I have one? I thought I used it because I don't have one. of
No,
my-
I think we used all of our inspiration points when we were suffocating in the mine, Jay.
Yeah.
That was all thanks to the beautiful, wonderful module that Cole Sparks created.
That was a really good
that
module.
was awesome.
Actually,
Very
it was.
balanced.
Yes. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So,
Nerve wracking, but great.
oh, I loved it. So we are. So you go downstairs. You're gonna get some food and stuff like that. There's some people, and they're talking. So Vero, you pick up some of the stuff, and some of the things that you hear is that you missed. The serial killer that was ravaging the town before you arrived, that was
Oh,
killed
yeah.
by the Company of Axes, had the ceremony at the cemetery. Unfortunately, someone stole the body during the cemetery. And it put the entire town on high alert because they were trying to search for who stole the serial killer's body. And there was all manners of necromancy theories going around. After a day, they finally, one of the adventuring groups tracked it down, so everyone's now at ease. But they're concerned that something was taken. So there's a little bit of that going on. There is also, where are we at? You understand that there is so that's going around. There's some more. So there was an influx of adventurers that were on a quest for the town to be able to, whoever be able to find it. The thing that kind of came up too is you notice that the alchemist, remember that alchemist that when you first came into town was kind of sitting in the corner?
Oh,
And
yeah.
the group kind of came up to him. You see the alchemist again, and he's by himself, and he looks grumpy. But because of your wonderful passive perception, you notice something too. He looks different. You could swear he aged like 10 years. He's a little bit grayer, not too much, but he definitely looks older than what he was before. His body language and everything. Before he was like a young, late 20s, kind of like in just commanding, but just now he's like in his late 30s, early 40s. It just kind of seems like he's the mannerisms, and he's just a little bit of a gray in there, and he's just more poised, and he's kind of expecting things. And he's doing a lot more, seems to be doing research and eating.
Well, clearly his glamour wore off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Goes back to reading his book.
There's another adventuring party in here. A few other people that just kind of talking about different things. Sightings of a large black dragon has swarmed up again. Because a few weeks ago there was a sighting. There was another recent sighting around town within the last couple days, but seems to be a semi-recurring. They're thinking that the dragon is from the Howl Marshes. So a few days ago there was another sighting, but yeah. So evening, otherwise food kind of comes in, and you're drinking and relaxing, and that's kind of. Anything else special that you wanted to do?
Yeah, once he's done eating, he goes to bed. Once he's done eating and reading his book, he goes to bed. He doesn't.
Okay.
Not a party.
By this time, too, food is being delivered to Bryn's room. There is a big cart of like half a cow, and they kind of
Nice.
wheel it in there, and they're like, "We don't want to know." Like the waitress, she's like, "Dearie, I don't want to know. Just And there's also
I'm
thing of
hungry and
ale.
it's none of your business.
There's ale, and there's a small dish too of what you ordered of food, of stew and stuff like that.
Awesome.
She's like, okay, and kind of leaves the room.
I as they shut the door, I'm like, well, I hope you're proud of yourself. And I look over at Rocky, who is out of his box. And as she opened the door, he like hid behind it. So as soon as she shuts the door, he's just standing there like hiding, like up against the wall. And I'm like,
And
help
you hear this
yourself.
as
He's
the
tr-
floor, as
he's drooling.
and
Acid.
the
Drooling.
acid is coming down and starting to burn the wood.
Pop. Just eat. You can't. Ooh, oh, you're damaging. Oh boy. Okay. Well, just eat your food and then keep that off of the floor. Yeah.
He kind of grabs it and drags it into his room. And
Amazing.
And he says the word pickle.
Okay. Enjoy.
And he
No,
goes
he's-
back to his room. He goes into his
He's
box.
ordering pickles like when you order a sub sandwich. You want some pickles on the side.
Absolutely. Or fried pickles like you did at a sports bar. Like,
Hell yeah.
can't blame him.
I'm gonna give this one. You know that Vero, you know that the dragons, or you've heard that black dragons like to take meat and soak it in the swamp water to pickle
Gotcha.
it.
I'm not there.
I know, but when they describe it, they set it in there like a crocodile does, and lets it sit for several days before they eat it.
Ugh.
I think so one of my things that I was going to have Vero do tomorrow morning was go to the library and see if we can find any books on black dragons. Maybe that's a thing that if
Oh,
I find.
I was also going to do something in the morning.
okay. Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
right now, as he drags his meat in there, I'm like, and I just sort of like I shut his little doors behind him, and I just like pat the box, and I'm like, and then I kind of like sit with my little stew and eat and go to sleep.
He goes and eats and relaxes, and yeah, you don't hear much of anything.
Guys, it is perfect. We are on a schedule. This is great.
The evening goes. Does anyone wake up in the middle of the night, or everyone just sleeps?
Vero's-
It's been a long couple of days. I sleep.
Yeah.
How small are these beds?
Longer, they're doubles. Like they're bigger than a twin, but just like extended twins.
Yes. But how tall is it,
How
Vero?
tall are they?
It's a college twin.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Okay,
You'll be
because
fine.
he's tall for an elf, but I don't think.
So the evening goes, and at this point, you will be get third level.
Yay!
So even though I mentioned it last time, you are now officially third level. And we rolled, so we're all good on that
Cool.
point. So the next morning kind of comes in, and
Vero's 5'9", by the way.
What's that?
Vero's 5'9", by the way.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Oh, that he's only 9 inches taller than Glassstock because Glassstock is tall for a dwarf. So
Was there any snoring going on in the room? Any issues with sleeping with the two of you? You're all good?
Should we roll? Should we roll to see
sure.
if somebody snores?
Aviro was talking late into the night.
Yeah. So odd I was snoring. 5.
Am I-
There we go.
It wasn't the most comfortable sleep, but you got a good rest, so you're all fine in the morning.
It was mild snoring.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Aviro, you get up early as usual, and you're getting dressed, and you're studying, and there's breakfast down. You know the normal
Goes down.
breakfast process.
He goes down for his regular breakfast of tea and 1 egg and 3 mushrooms.
Yep. Yep. They're kind of getting used to it, so they're like, "Oh yes."
Does Aviro have like mild OCD? Like it has to be 1 egg and 3 mushrooms.
Yes. The
Probably.
And he has
egg
to,
has to
like,
be done
count
a
them.
specific way. And
That's kind of awesome.
He's a little bit Sheldon Cooper. Just a little
Yes.
bit.
Okay. Yep.
Yes.
Um,
And his food can't be touching.
Yeah. No. Food can't.
what time
Unless it's a stew.
No, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Unless it's a stew. Obviously, if it's stew, it's touching. It's fine. But like,
The exception.
it's not a plate.
What
Which he uses mage hand to separate.
Yeah.
separate
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Awesome. What time?
What time does Bryn and Glassstock wake up? Glassstock.
I get up at daybreak.
I'd say similar.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Glassdoff. Are you all having breakfast together?
No, I'm gonna.
Wait a minute. A Vera only needs 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Duh, of course. I forgot.
You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. So when Glassdock goes downstairs, when he sees a Vero, he's got the chainmail armor that we acquired in the mines over his shoulder. He says, "I'm going to run by the general store and see how much we can get for this stuff."
Yeah, take this spell scroll as well.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? I'll see how much these gloves are worth also.
Yep.
Righto.
So Glassdoff kind of leaves. Bryn, when you wake up in the morning, you're getting up. The box is closed.
Mhm.
It's shiny, bright in the morning.
Mhm.
The one thing you notice, you could have sworn you locked the window last night.
Okay. Okay, and it's not locked now, I assume.
Nope, it's not locked now.
I want to go and I want to examine the window and I want to see, does it look like it was like the lock was broken or just unlocked?
It appears to be unlocked, and there might be a slight acid stain on the windowsill. And then you notice your bedpost. There's chew marks on the bottom of the leg.
Oh no. I see this and I'm like, I imagine Bryn like puts her hand on her hip and like kind of shakes her head like that scamp.
Oh, sure. If it was one of us, you'd be yelling at us, but no, it's
100%.
Rocky. It's okay.
Sentient people. And I
It's
go
a
and
sentient dragon.
I knock on Rocky's little box.
And you hear a click.
Yeah.
After actually it takes a little bit longer, like a good almost minute goes by, and then you hear this click, and you hear this claw kind of coming out.
Mm-hmm. Rocky, good morning.
Sleep.
Yes, we have to get on the road. You can't sleep any longer.
Sleep.
And no. And I kind of like, I put my hand on like the little door to make sure he doesn't just go back in. And I'm like, and I just kind of like point over at the bedpost specifically. And I like gesture at it. Does he look?
Yeah, he looks.
Does he react in any way?
Nope.
Hey, you cannot chew on bedposts.
In Draconic, he's like, why?
I don't know what you said, but you can't chew on bedposts. You're gonna get caught. You're gonna get yourself discovered.
No.
And
No.
I sit crisscross applesauce in front of him, and I put my hands like on his little face, and I'm just like, Rocky, you need to lay low. Do you know what lay low means?
And in common, you hear no.
Okay. Lay low means you don't have to hide, but you can't be chewing on bedposts and getting your spit all over the window. You're going to get yourself caught and they'll kill you if they catch you. Do you understand?
He kind of nods a little bit.
And I don't want anything to happen to you. So please, no more chewing on bedposts and getting your spit all over everything, yeah?
Give me a persuasion check, please.
Okay.
or an animal handling.
Oh, no. Oh, God. No, it is persuasion 100%. That's a dirty 20, baby.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
So he kind of is like, okay.
Okay.
1 second. Sorry, folks. Got a slight technical difficulty. All right. Hopefully that didn't. So he's like, "Mm." And you acknowledge. You get this like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Awesome. Like, well, good. Did you get enough food last night? Do you need anything for breakfast?
Food. And then at which point he kind of goes back in. He kind of sticks a finger up and goes back into his cage or into his box. I shouldn't say cage, box. And then he comes back out and he drops a pearl in your hand. Food.
I don't need. I can just get you food.
And it's this yellow pearl.
Oh, I don't have a praise. So I'm like, all right,
Really
I
not a
guess.
praise. Give me an int because there's no praise
Okay.
skill anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not here.
Give me a wisdom or well, actually, anyone. What would you think? Kind of an appraisal. It would be not a history, not an investigation. An int is just a straight int.
Maybe it's
Just
straight
straight
intelligence
Yeah,
check.
give me a straight intelligence check.
No, that's a 6.
It
Is
looks
this a bouncy ball?
It looks expensive.
All right. Well, I'll go get you some food. Food.
Go in. Stay.
Do
I go
you
sleep.
do you hold on? Do you like what you got from Glassstock? The cow, the beef. You like beef? Fish. Ah, pescatarian. Very nice. It's low in fat. And I kind of like put the pearl in, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll be right back.
And
In
he
about
goes
20 minutes.
he goes back into the box and hear this and cut, and he's going back to sleep.
I sigh, I'm like, spoiled rotten. And I like go downstairs and get ready to get him some food.
Okay. So as you make your way down, you will see Aviro's there.
Hi, Vero. Good morning.
Morning.
You enjoying your breakfast?
Indeed, yes. You know, I found this fascinating book on black dragons at the library this morning. Did you know that they predominantly eat fish?
Is that right?
It is, in fact.
That's great. Didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of call the bartender over, and I just I motion for him to come get my order.
Okay. What would you like this morning?
Actually, it's kind of a weird order, but I have a hankering. I need like fish. Do you serve fish here? I assume.
We get a. How would you like it prepared? I mean, we got some
Poached. Poached.
Poached. I think we can do something like that. Are you just looking for just one fish then?
No, I would like something more in the ballpark of 20.
You need 20 poached fish.
Yes. I really like fish.
All right.
Also, I have a quick question while I have you.
Yeah.
That painting up in room 2,
Yeah.
it's a remarkable work. How long have you had it here?
About 150 years. Maybe 100 years or so. It's with the original.
It's
By the
beautiful.
famous artists.
Who's the artist?
The artist's name is dun, 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 as I look it up, Aldo Montigo.
Aldo Montigo.
We'll throw that.
Why is it signed AG?
He was some unique artist. He signed it AG.
wasn't there.
Why? I don't know why he's called it 8, but he
Vero's not there. Never mind. Forget it.
actually you were downstairs.
You are, yeah. You're right.
still
You're
down.
sitting right next to me.
I didn't see the painting though.
Oh no, you didn't see
Oh,
the painting. Yes,
no.
That's true.
But you have seen a different one because some of the other rooms have. Your room has a painting as well, signed AG.
Oh,
So, but and actually in the main corridor of the Wicked, you see this 4-foot tall painting of the Legends of Saltmarsh that signed AG as well.
So is the bartender saying, like, oh yeah, he painted all of these?
Yes, he's like he was a famous artist, a half elf artist of renown. He was started off just a simple artist, and came up with this idea and made a entire marketing plan of painting small little paintings above urinals and other baths and stuff, and he made his coin, and then his paintings go for thousands of gold all over the place.
Well, that eliminates my next question. I was going to ask if I could buy it.
Yeah, no, that's the original owner that was his.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate the history lesson.
Mm-hmm.
About those fish.
See what we can do. The market should be opening up. It should be opened up. We'll be able to get some like that. It might be a little bit long, but yeah.
That'll be fine. We're not busy.
Okay. And at about this time, as you're standing there, Vero and Bryn, you see someone from the Adventurers Guild walk in. Coming
Who
up,
is it?
it's it's a human male. He's in uniform, and he has a letter in his hand. He goes up to the bartender says, I understand that you have some guests here, by the name of Glassdorf Steve Cloak, Avero Stonebone, and Bryn Broadriver. This message is from urgent that they get this immediately.
I snatch it right out of his hand. Like,
excuse me.
I kind of put my hand on his chest. I'm like, that's us. Don't fret.
Oh, excellent. Yes, an important message for you. Please come to the guild hall at 10 a.m. or noon. Please come at noon. That's I think it was said. Yes. Anyways, read the letter, and he leaves, as if he's got more letters to give out.
Before he leaves, I like flick him a silver piece. I'm like, thank you.
Thank you. And he kind of runs off.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at this letter, it's got nice letterhead. It's sealed, waxed with the official Adventurers Guild seal in the wax.
I can see that.
I kind of stick out my lip, and I'm like, fancy. And I hand it to Avero. I'm like, you can do the honors.
Who looks at it? Well, look at that. 14 grain wax with an 11-point seal. Is that? I do believe. Well, this is high quality work. If I say so myself.
Jeff, I love you. I really do.
Thanks, Jim, but I'm married.
Yeah.
I look over at Avero, and I'm like, well, are you going to open it?
Jinkany.
And you do see it says important on the front of it too, stamped.
That's a nice opening. Important.
They skimp. Do you see this wax quality? Do you know the candles that these come from cost hundreds of gold pieces?
Candles can cost hundreds of gold pieces.
Oh yes, you'd be surprised. It's not the wax, because the wax from the seal comes in a dauber about.
As he's explaining this, I kind of slowly take the letter out of his hand, and I start reading it.
The specific candle that you have to melt the wax with before you can put it in has to be a specific flame, and in order to get a heat that high out of the candle, it costs so much money.
He doesn't even notice as he's talking. I'm reading the letter.
And the letter says it's from your advisor, Ina. You have been requested to meet an important advisor for a possible direct commission at 12 noon today at the Adventurers Guild. Please be prompt. Do not be late for this meeting.
About what time is it now?
11.
Ooh.
About 10:30. Yeah, 11.
Ooh, okay.
Already?
It's the morning breakfast kind of gone in. I would say, actually,
if everyone got up at daybreak,
Yeah, I was thinking you were going to be like
mulling around a little
mulling
bit.
around most of the day and stuff like that. So actually, it's still pretty early. Yeah. So it's
say 9.
yeah, so it's 9.
Like,
Yeah.
well, we are being requested at the Adventurers Guild by noon. Very important we don't be late. And then I hand Aviro the letter to read.
Reads it. Ah, excellent. Sticks it in his scroll case.
Moving up in the world, it seems.
If you say so.
Anything else happening in the morning?
I'm waiting for the fish.
Oh, Brian, before you came down, Glassdock wandered through. He's off at the general store. He's gonna sell some of those items we acquired.
Ooh, good for him. Takes initiative. I like that one. So do you think we need to go find him, or is he going to meet us back here?
I assume he was coming back here.
Okay. Well, we'll just wait for him as long as we can, and if we have to leave without him, we can leave without him.
Actually, I was going to head to the library again this morning. I'll come back before we could. It's just right
Sure.
there.
I'll
come back
stay here
before-
and watch our bags.
That seems important. Talk.
Very. Uh-huh. And I just kind of like sit at the bar.
Later, within about an hour, the delivery of fish is coming to your room. They let you know that the fish is ready and it'll be delivered to your room.
It's like 11:15.
Yeah. Glassdoff comes in around that time as well. And Avira, I'm going to say you get back from the library as well.
Okay.
For levity's sake, we're going to just kind of expedite that process. We'll probably do it a little bit. We might do that separately just for the fun of it. Because for Glassdoff's adventure, Jim and I had a little session. And we're going to do that on the side. And that's going to be added into the VOD.
I didn't know this. It's in the secret.
What?
Did you tell Jeff?
No idea.
So Glassdock comes in and
Who's the? Okay.
he
What?
gets together with both of you and he puts a small coin purse in front of you. So here's your cut of what we sold, 75 gold pieces a piece. And if we wish to sell the gloves, I can get 1,600 for them.
Oh,
They're
Yes.
magical gloves.
Yes.
Glassdock. Look at you. And I kind of like I'm like whapping Glassdock like Elaine used to do on Seinfeld, just like.
And then I hold the scroll out to Vero and it's like, last chance. Do you want it?
Nope.
How much can you get for that?
Well, I didn't ask, but I'm sure the very nice lady at the curio shop that I spoke to can give me a very fair price for it.
I want to insight check him. I want to
Go
see
for
if he had a side fling with the very nice lady at the curio shop. Ooh, okay, that is a dirty 20.
Hey, nope, I just bribed her.
Dang it. Okay. I thought it was going to be something interesting.
So I'm going to say you do get, Vero does get a book on dragons to help
Okay.
him. Not a problem.
Boy.
But I do want to set up another time and we're going to run through a small little morning adventure of getting to the library. So we'll do that and add that to the VOD later on. As
Awesome.
Awesome.
So you're all there, you're back, and it's getting close to Glasshouse just walked in, so he doesn't know.
He doesn't
Boy.
know
About
what.
the letter.
About the letter.
Oh.
So I'm like, oi, Glassdock, welcome back. And I kind of like, it's like, we've been summoned. And oh, wait, shit, Aviro has the letter. But I know what it said. I said, we've been summoned to the Adventurers Guild. Apparently somebody wants to hire us in a private manner.
Oh,
So we need to be there by noon on the dot.
not a problem.
Avira looks he leans in looking really worried. You don't think it's anything lewd or lascivious, did you? I
Gods, let's hope not.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Okay, good.
So yeah, yeah.
I was
Make sure you both record the fact that you got 75 gold pieces for that.
I will most definitely record that.
I just
Already done.
Yeah.
Excellent. So the fish get delivered up, and eventually Rocky comes out, and he's kind of happy about it. Oh, by the way, did you pay with the pearl? Or what did you
Yeah,
pay for?
I just asked how much it was, and if it's like
And he's looking at he looks at the pearl, and he's like,
Mhm.
Aviro, you can give me an int, because you're going to see this too. If you wanted to give me an int check.
Intelligence?
Yeah, just an int check.
Yeah, that's right. They don't know that I gave the guy a gem already to cover all of our costs.
right. We're so
15.
rich.
Yeah, it's 100 gold piece pearl.
Oh.
I gave him that for freaking 20 boiled fish. Aviro, are you going to say anything?
He's like, you want just fish with this? Do you want change?
I would love change.
All right.
Well, wait. So Jay, if he already had the gem, would he
Yeah,
try
would
to
he even
hustle?
accept-
Would he even accept the pearl, or would he try hustling it? Then maybe Bryn could catch him on that.
He's not hustling it, because that would have been that's a different person in a way.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So here's the fact. After today, you're going to realize Rocky has a stash to pay for his food, and is going to be
Somebody
giving
gave him
you.
allowance.
He's going to be giving you stuff
Allowance.
each morning for food. Now that 100 is pretty much going to be all day, so you can have multiple
Oh.
meals.
Yeah.
Okay. Got
So
it.
you realize he's like,
Got
you
it.
want, and he's going to go breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You want fish for all the meals, and that's
Yes,
going to pay
please.
for all those meals.
Yes.
Still going to be
please.
some change left over.
Awesome. Thank you.
So now you're going to realize that he's giving you 50 to 100 gold a day
Oh
for
God.
food.
Wow.
Is he
Awesome.
eating 50 to 100 gold worth of food a day?
No, because you haven't purchased that much. So
Got
he's
it.
still trying to figure. So we're gonna figure out how much you're actually gonna be spending, and are you going to be keeping any of it? Because now you start realizing what the value he's actually providing, and he doesn't need to eat that much during the day. He probably needs about.
Yeah, he
50
probably doesn't understand
Oh God, no.
the amount. Yeah.
No, it's just money.
Yeah, to
Lunch
him
money.
it's just he just
Just
knows
lunch
that
money.
it's worth it. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just worth something, and he wants food for it.
That's
So,
exactly it. And you're
yeah.
pretty sure to really satisfy him, because he is growing, you need about 50 gold a day. 50 gold a
Okay.
day will satisfy him through the entire day. And that's 50 gold a day to feed a dragon is a lot, but he is a growing dragon. So
He's a growing boy.
he's a grown boy, but he's providing you with 50 to 100 gold a day worth of gems, or you're going to find out platinum pieces. He's got platinum.
Oh God. Well, see, yeah, that we would actually understand.
Yeah.
The gems, none of us can.
So over the course of time, you're gonna
Value.
With the next few days, you're gonna figure this out. So that
Awesome.
I wanted to. So the players, you understand the process as this time kind of goes on. He's got a stash somewhere, and he's paying. He's got an allowance, so to speak.
We
Amazing.
may want to set up a direct delivery from the fish market.
Oh yeah.
So noon comes. So we're gonna kind of fast forward. Noon comes, and you make your way down to the Adventurers Guild.
Yep.
So as you kind of come in,
We'll have a Vero prestidigitate all of our armor and stuff, so we're all nice and clean.
Yep.
Ooh, nice.
Very sparkly clean.
And Rocky is sleeping in his box back in the room.
Awesome.
So as you come in, it's busy, as usually it is. There's people eating and stuff like that. You kind of go up to the desk, and Ina's there. She's kind of just like, "Hello, you are on time. Wonderful. Um, you have there's a representative that would like to meet with you for a meeting. He'll be upstairs. I will escort you up there and present you to him, and you can have your meeting. Um, and she's like, "Please follow me." And
Ina, one
Yeah,
small question.
yes,
When do we receive our reward from yes?
And I elbow a Vero right away.
How? What?
Shh.
When you get back down, I have everything for you. The parents are very happy. Okay, so your bonus and everything will be down. When you're done with the meeting, come down and I will get you your gold.
Yes, thank you.
I get close to Avira. I'm like, that's not an unfair question. You want to get paid. We did a
That's what
job.
I-
You want to get paid. You're
Why
right.
we're here.
Okay. So as you're going up the stairs, do we need to take a quick break?
Sure.
Sure.
We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll be right back. And then from there, we will see what happens with that.
Find out what's up
Awesome.
the stairs.
Yes.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun.
Hello, we're back. See, quick break. Little refills, little everything else, so we're good. So, our group is now back at the Adventures Guild, about to meet a mystery individual that wants to meet with them. And their advisors escorting them up to the second floor meeting rooms.
Oh boy.
So, the fancy rooms. And as you kind of come up, there's nice woodwork and it kind of gets up the offices. And she kind of opens up the door and kind of walks in. And there's a gentleman standing facing out the second story window. And what you see is a relatively tall human, about 6 feet, slightly muscular, but more slender. Like, I don't know if the word like beanpole is offensive or not, but it's just very thin.
Tom Hiddleston.
But very, very short brown hair. And
Tom Hiddleston.
with a pair of glasses, it's kind of run, and the air of righteousness.
Mm.
So
Definitely.
you could, I mean, it's Alvaro on steroids.
Oh God. All of his worst qualities in one person. Awesome. Awesome.
And he just kind of, his hands are behind his back and the door opens and he just kind of slowly turns over to you. And you know, it's like, sir, yeah, here. And he goes, sir, Mr. Willington, this is the Natural Ones, the group that you were inquiring about. Feel free to have a meeting. This is, and he introduced Glasgow Steelcloak, Aviro is like not looking at my thing offhand. Starborn and Bryn Broadriver here, and she's like, and this is Mr. Welling. And he kind of stops her for a second. She's like, no worries. Thank you very much. You may leave. Oh yes.
You may leave. What a dick. I hate him already.
She kind of looks over and she kind of shuts the door, and there's the seats and a table kind of from this long table, and he kind of motions towards the table. For you, he's like, "Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. I am the representative of Tobias Ahmed. My name is Constone Willingston." Or actually, we're gonna back up real quick. As he starts off, he's like, "Greetings and salutations. I am the representative of the Honorable Noble of Saltmarsh, Tobias Ahmed. I am here to acquire some information on a recent transaction of yours with the Lizard Embassy. Based on the information you share, I've been authorized to offer you temporary employment for a quest. Payment will be quite generous, in addition to a large bonus for any evidence you may uncover. I have a few questions to help me with this, if you may. Well then.
Why does old Toby want to know about what happened at the
Toby.
Lizard Embassy?
Well, I'm getting to that. The noble, honorable Tobias Ahmed. Ahmed. First, to clarify, were you the guild members who delivered a shipment to the Lizard Folk Embassy about 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? 2 to 3 weeks ago?
Maybe.
Absolutely, yes, that was us.
The records indicated that you were, but I just needed to confirm this. The question,
What?
what kind of shipment did you deliver?
It was a crate about this tall, about this wide.
So it was a crate did you deliver?
Blastock's not even trying to talk at this point. He's just like, it's not going to matter.
We don't know what was in it.
And who received this delivery?
The Lizard Folk Embassy. You knew this when you asked us.
Yes, but we're curious on which individual, if there was someone particularly that you delivered it to. Was it lizard folk themselves, or was it somebody else, or something else?
The Lizard Folk folk, wasn't he? Yes, I believe he was. Bryn,
He
wasn't he a
was.
lizard folk? I think he was.
He was.
He was a lizard folk. And I'm sitting next to frickin' Aviro, and I'm just like, I'm moving my hand over to like top of his leg, and I'm not gonna like pinch him yet, but I'm ready to.
So I understand there was a crate in the delivery, and you don't know what was in the crate at all.
No, they
I
told us not to
thought it was
pinch him.
somehow.
I pinch him. They told us not to open it, so we didn't.
Well,
We are
that's-
rule followers.
I admire that. Interesting. Well, thank you for providing the information that I've requested. And as stated before, I've been authorized by the honorable Ambermead to offer you temporary employment to investigate some rumors that the lizard folk tribe from the swamps and the embassy are how do I put this? We believe they're stealing and enslaving children.
What?
We've heard rumors that they've been doing this, and we're looking to investigate it. In addition, they've been sabotaging several vineyards west of Saltmarsh.
Aviro starts laughing, just
Really?
laughing uncontrollably. He laughs so hard.
I
Why?
look-
Did you just say why?
Yes, there's quite some farms west of here
Oh,
that produce
my good
excellent
man.
wines.
my good man, it's vineyard. It's vineyard. My apologies. You go
Bryn
on.
is actually kind of like laughing. She's like biting the insides of her cheeks, so she's
Duh.
not laughing at this guy getting out.
That is
Fox.
a northern term, not in this realm. We probably refer to it as vineyard.
Well, you go on with your quaint rural terminology all you like.
I say,
Vero showed what a snob he really is.
Love
and
it. I
I
love
thought
every
we
minute.
might hire you for some investigations in that area.
Sir, I'm
But I see that
terribly
you're
sorry for my
s-
friend.
Hmm.
Listen, Willie. May I call you Willie? We have
Oh.
Mr. Willington. Yes, we are more than interested in working with you and your betters. And I'm terribly sorry for my friend. His vocabulary is just uncontrollable sometimes. And I pinch Vero again under the table. And I said, he always seeks out an opportunity to really master his craft of the language.
Yes, those elves and that, I would say, from those.
Couldn't
northern
agree
areas.
more.
Those
Could
elves.
not agree more. And I
Well-
kind of like make sure my hair is like down over my ears.
Yes. Well then, we would be hiring you to investigate and produce evidence that the lizard folk are plotting to attack Saltmarsh, and that they are stealing citizens of the realm to enslave them. Any information that the embassy is being used as a base of operations is wanted. We
Well-
suspect that the lizard folk are using an outpost, an older one, in the western northern part of the Loo Marshes swamp. This trading post has gone quiet. We suspect that some of our workers at the vineyard live there.
Do you have ley line coordinates for this outpost?
I'm sure you could find it somewhere on a map easily.
Do you
But
have
yes,
a
I
map?
will- the information is downstairs with your advisor if you take said job.
One question before we strike out. You said you wanted us to investigate whether or not the dragon folk are doing this. What if we find out they're not?
Lizard.
Dragon folk? No,
Lizard folk. Lizard folk. Sorry, they all look the
lizard
same.
I'm so sorry. I apologize As for her, her vocabulary is so minute. You'll have to excuse her.
I see.
You hear
God.
grinding in
Oh
Bryn's
my
teeth.
god.
Yes, of course. We are looking for information that you produce that is credible that the lizard folk and the lizard embassy are planning something nefarious. That is what we will be paying you for.
I want to insight check him.
Please do.
Oh shit. Insight's only an
Yep.
8.
You have an inspiration, I believe.
But
No,
I also
I don't have any.
I
I
don't
used
have
mine.
any. I don't have any. I do have thieves can't. This is shady shit. Do I get the like wink wink nod nod?
So here's the thing. I forgot to give you inspiration from last time of the wonderful I get on my knees and welcome this dragon. I was going to give you an inspiration. on that
Oh,
one.
okay.
So
Awesome. I get another one.
So re-roll that one.
And it's the exact same. So I don't know, but
Bryn. Yeah.
Bryn does like the reason she asked like what if we don't find anything is because she kind of feels like this is off. So there's a
I
little
only
bit
got-
of an inkling, but she's not sure.
You're
I only got a
getting-
5 on my inside check, so
Aviro, what's your insight check?
He's not going to make an insight check, but he's going to say, yes, I don't quite understand. So if it turns out that they're not plotting anything nefarious, we don't get paid? This doesn't seem like a good idea. It
Oh, I
certainly
thought you
isn't.
were- And you are smart. Oh, excellent.
Yes, of course I'm smart. Why do you think I'm here?
Language skill. Yes. But anyways.
Do you have any kind of a contract for us to sign?
Oh, no contracts or anything like that.
Of
Um,
course, there's no contract.
But this is as I say, direct commission.
How much?
Well, it depends on the information that my lord would be able to use to for future endeavors. Whatever evidence you find, could be worth anywhere from 100 to 1,000 gold.
Yes, but that's only if we find something. If it turns out that there's nothing wrong happening here,
Oh, but
we should
I'm
still be
sure there must
recompensed.
be. And I can tell you that they've been sabotaging the vineyards, the vineyards. The vineyards. So there's been some sabotage there, and I have no doubt the lizard folk are in cahoots there. The old
Well, now you've just got your bias up. You don't want actual information. It's completely clear.
Avira, I kind of stand up at this point, and you sort of hear like Bryn's chair creak back, and she goes, "Well, how about this? We're not saying yes or no, but in the next few weeks, we'll go out to your little tower. We'll take a look at the Dragonborn or the whatever the hell we're looking at. What are they? Lizard folk.
Lizard folk.
Lizard folk.
outpost.
The reptilians. And we will if we find anything, we'll come back to you. And if we don't, we will never ever see you again.
Oh, we do require that within the next week or two, we prefer the information. Or
Well, we will
evidence, I
do-
should say.
We will do our very best.
That sounds lovely. If you need to get a hold of me, you can. Your advisor would be able to.
Terrific. Well, thank you,
Ah,
gentlemen.
thank you, and have a blessed day.
You as well, gentlemen. And I kind of start walking out of the room, kind of with a purpose.
With a purpose.
always with a purpose.
Mhm.
Charming, as always. Ta.
I leave. Mhm. And
As
it
soon
kinda
as we're
turns
out-
away. Yeah.
As soon as we're outside, I sort of whisper to the boys, I'm like, we need to sidebar about this. Are we going back to the bar?
I think we better go downstairs and talk with our advisor first.
I don't think we should talk to our advisor first.
No. We have to talk to our advisor about the dwarven mine first.
Oh, well, yeah, our money. We shouldn't say anything about this. Aviro, did you hear that? We shouldn't say
I-
anything about this.
I think we should, but fine.
We should talk with each other. We are a team. Ina is not part of it.
Right.
We should talk to each other, and then we will talk to her. I don't like him.
I don't like him either. He says whine.
That was very funny. That was very funny. And I kind of like punch a Vero, and I'm like, you got him. I'm sorry. you got him a good one there.
Well,
It was like a verbal fist fight. Look at you.
Well,
yeah,
he deserved it.
yeah. And I look at Glassstock, and I'm like, did you get a funny feeling about that offer?
Yes. What if we don't find anything? We should still get paid.
It's not
I
so
don't
much.
like-
It's not so much the offer. It's what he's suggesting or insinuating is happening that bothers me.
I agree. I look at a Vero, and I'm like, this isn't really an investigation at all. I don't think.
No, it's clearly a slander job.
And I kind of like, shh, because we're still in the Adventurous Guild. This guy probably has a Vero. Let's go get our money. Let's go get our money from Ina,
we can.
and then let's meet back at the bar.
Yeah, we can talk more about it
Alright.
outside, but I have feelings. So
I also have feelings.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that you're lightening up, Glassstock. You've got feelings. Good job.
and then I trip a Vero.
Make an attack! Attack!
Oh my gosh.
I think you should make an attack. It's got to be.
Sure.
No,
Unarmed
it
attack.
happens. Totally happens.
It
Yes,
happens.
it happens. It happens. It happens.
Boom, 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 boom.
17.
Yeah.
It happens. The dice don't lie.
Yeah, my AC is 15, so yeah.
So yeah, you just boom. And then suddenly some people kind of turn about like everything okay, and
Oh yeah, he's fine, and then I pick him up.
He's just clumsy.
so as you go back down, you eventually get in the queue, and Ina's there, and she's like, "Ah, yes, come on." The mine. It appears again. Good job. I understand that it was a little hairy. I mean, difficult at times.
We almost choked. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
The spiders were also literally hairy.
Ah, yes. Well, it was originally 300 for the job of completion of fighting Evans, and you did do that. The parents are extremely excited and very happy. They've provided a double bonus, so here is 600 gold.
Ooh,
Ooh.
ooh,
2 apiece.
Ooh.
200 apiece.
200
apiece.
Well, Ina, thank you for advocating on our behalf.
You did an excellent job, and they're very happy. And rest assured, the cleric is doing well. She's getting help, and we're not sure if she'll be venturing anytime soon, but she's doing quite well. And
She is a
home.
cleric. She is a cleric, correct?
Yes, yes.
Well, what if she, have you thought anything about offering her a job here? I mean, adventurers come back from their missions all the time. I'm sure they've got some boo-boos.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
she could stay here and...
The temples generally have that.
Oh.
Availability.
Or maybe she
But
could find a spot in one of them.
Very could be. Again, thank you so much. I hope your meeting went well. Let me know if there's anything that you need.
Oh,
Thank
we
you,
shall.
Ina.
Ow! Nothing.
Yeah, we're gonna go back. And thank you, Ina. And I kind of link arms with a Vero and like,
Just kind of
Well,
march him out.
yep.
So you head back into the sunlight and the process. You're going back to the wicked goat? The wicked goat?
How
Well,
close are we to the anvil?
Actually, that is a further down.
So
So you're up here at 66, and the anvil is down. Oh, at 18, I believe. Oh no, 13. It was it. So not
What's-
too far. I mean,
Okay.
it's
What's the
about
anvil?
15.
well,
What's the anvil? Do
oh,
we know what the anvil is? Or is this on your little cute secret thing with Jay?
it's the blacksmith's guild.
Oh. Oh.
But we need to go by the curio shop if we want to unload these gloves, and we can talk while we're out here in the street. So
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
So-
It
what was
seemed
your-
like all. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
I
no, no,
apologize.
I was going to say, conversations. Please commence.
It seemed like Willie wanted us to find evidence, and I air quotes, whether we actually found any or not.
It's clearly a slander job.
no,
It is.
I agree with the Bureau, but
However, we might be able to. I mean, we are all on board that this is bullshit, right? We do not want any part of any racist crap, right?
exactly, but it goes both ways. So if we can find counter evidence to maybe
Yes.
implicate this noble in trying to slander the lizard folk,
Yes. Oh, yes, exactly. The deeper we go, the more we lock him in.
we have no beef with the lizard folk
No.
because we dropped the dragon off with them, and somehow the dragon ended up with us. So
Right.
there's not. I don't see anything. What I'm more bugged about is the slavery.
Perhaps we could go speak with the lizard folk. One, inquire how the dragon came into our possession. The second time, sans crate. But also to perhaps inquire, just to make basic inquiries into these rumors that are about it. Of course, they're going to deny them, but we could present our information from
Well,
Lord Willie.
Jay, real quick, I have a question.
Yeah.
Would, in our time in the tavern and at the Adventurers Guild, would we have heard rumors of like children going missing? Is that a thing that's actually happening at all? Or
I'm based off of what there's the only rumor you've heard is that I'm going to say that the old what did I say? The outpost has gone quiet. That is
Okay.
true. Something by the vineyard, something about that outpost in the swamps has gone quiet. And there's talk about potentially of a quest, but they're not sure. But you know, there has been some stuff. There has been people have been stolen, or you know, with the pirates or in general, people have gone missing in the swamp area, but there's no clear rumors or anything about slavery or anything specifically tied to lizard folk or things that anyone's heard of.
anything at all? Got it. Okay. I don't say anything else. Like, yeah, if that's true, Blastock, it would bother me too.
yeah, I'm against going and talking with the lizard folk for the very simple reason that we may be being watched now.
But if we're being watched, then going and speaking to the lizard folk would show them watching us, that we're speaking to them and doing what they ask.
Well, if
No,
it's
no,
under
no,
the
no, no.
guise that we are investigating the lizard folk, all that the spies are going to think is that we're stupid.
Right.
What do they think we're doing? Going up and asking them, "Are you a slaver?"
Yeah. I'd rather play coy, and if we're going to go investigate this, we just go and investigate it. No advanced warning, no nothing. We just go and do it.
I agree.
Are you saying?
We're going to go pick your flowers or your mushrooms or whatever it was out in the swamp. How's that sound?
Wonderful.
In
Wait,
fact, we can do it under the guise of that.
Real quick, before we head out, what are we going to do with Rocky while we are gone? Are we bringing him?
No, he's going to stay
Of
with
course,
us.
we're bringing him.
We should not leave him by himself in.
No,
the
we're
tavern.
bringing him with us. Of course,
No,
we're
no,
bringing
no.
him with us.
He's going to come with us. So,
Yes, thank.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's you scared me, and I kind of like. Well, should we head back to the tavern right now? I mean, the day is young.
well,
First, we should go take a second job. Yes, from the board. Take a
We
job
could
from the
snag.
board,
We could snag the mushroom quest and do both while we're there.
if it's still there.
Yeah. How close are we to the curio shop at this point, Jay?
You're still on your way.
Okay.
The curio shop is further past the
The anvil?
the anvil. The anvil, it won't be ready until this afternoon,
Okay.
dinner time.
Mm.
All right.
But Aviro, give me a history check. Actually, anyone, give me a history check. But Aviro, you get to roll with advantage because you did some research about Saltmarsh on the way here.
13.
13, okay.
I rolled
Ah.
8 twice.
I got a 15.
15. You rolled an 8?
Twice.
That's it.
I
8.
got to double up on an advantage tonight, too. Is there a spot on our spreadsheet for
Wow.
that?
No,
Yeah.
unfortunately not. Wow. Okay, so for whatever the reason, Aviro missed this history lesson about the foundation of Saltmarsh because he's focusing on something else.
Black
Bryn-
dragons and what they eat.
Yeah, Bryn, you hear this because of the pirates, and you've heard this before. And then Glassdoff, because of your uncle or something, you've heard some stories and stuff like that. Basically, after the foundation of Saltmarsh, there was several adventuring groups. There was a war that was brewing between the Sahagan, the lizard folk, and the town. And some adventurers uncovered a plot. People thought the lizard folk was going to attack the town. But it turned out that there was the plot wasn't between the lizard folk towards the salt marsh, but the lizard folk against the Sahagan. And there was a war that was going to happen, and there was an alliance that was made between the lizard folk, the merfolk, and the humans and dwarves and elves from Saltmarsh to defeat the Sahagan forces. That happened. And to help with future endeavors and to help that there would be no longer any misunderstandings, when the city became a city, the lizard folk was established an embassy so that there could be. Now, over the last 30 years, it's gone into a little bit of disrepair. There's not a lot of interactions between the town and and it's more of a kind of a symbol. There has been rumors and there has been some tension between some people in town or some people in the city and the embassy. There's been talk about getting rid of it and why do we need it anymore? Then there's been like the lizard folk don't do any good. So the it's kind of shifted a little bit, the mentality against the lizard folk.
Okay.
With that 15, there are several council members that have been pushing agendas to get rid of the lizard folk. And you recall that there was a Tobias Ambermead that led the charge to get rid of the lizard embassy.
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
Yeah. He wants them out. So yeah. I got a feeling that if we find any information, it's going to be planted. It's going to be fake. So we've got to go about this in the.
How about what about if we looped in, like, were there any? So does Glassdock relay all that information to us? All of that history that he knew.
Yeah,
Okay.
An abbreviated version. But
Sure. Like, were there any council members that were like vocally opposed to Toby's racist bullshit?
You're not sure. You'd have to do some more checking. But you both of you will know that there are two things in the lizard. There's a lizard folk embassy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's an inn called the Lizard Boat. That rumors have that the person that owns it seems to have a fascination with lizard folk.
Okay. We need somebody on our side because if we're going to take him down from the inside, we need somebody other than just us saying so. We need somebody in power to loop into this, is what I'm saying.
I agree.
I'm sorry. Are we talking about political espionage?
Yes. I think so. And
Right.
Bryn kind of has like a sly smile on her face.
I'm not so great in this particular milieu. So
You don't
you're
say.
not. You're not that great in a fight either, but we keep you along, don't we?
Aviro, and I put my hand on his shoulder. I'm like, Aviro, listen, you have many skills.
yes,
Maybe, though, when we are talking to big, important people, you just let us handle it.
Let the adults talk.
And you sit there. I wasn't going to say that, Gaston. And you just sit there and look pretty. And I like pat his cheek.
right.
Just for that time. And
Yes.
then afterwards, we will just eat up your insight.
Great. Or perhaps I'm just not there at all. Perhaps I'm not there at all.
No.
I think you should be
part of
there.
this. You're part of this group.
And I whap him, and I'm like, just to correct their grammar, if nothing else.
Right.
Got to keep them honest now.
Yep.
They're using words that aren't words. By the way,
I mean,
is
really,
not a word. That was bullshit.
Wynyard, come on.
That's not a word. He's making it up. And once you called him on it, he really doubled down, didn't he?
He really did, didn't he?
Mhm. And I laugh.
With that, as you're making your way past the anvil, we're going to pick up the rest of the afternoon as you hit the curio shop. You stop by the anvil on the way back, pick up any other supplies you might need on your quest in the area, and to finally decide on what you're going to do for the rest of the afternoon while Rocky is sleeping in his bed.
Yes.
Oh, he's a bob.
He's gonna. Thank you so much, everyone.
Good job, guys.
2 weeks as the group finishes off the afternoon and sets the next stage of Adventures in Babysitting Dragons.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. We're gonna go around real quick. Share with where can we find you, what's going on your calendar, and everything else. Jim.
Jim Hawkmere1 on Twitter. Here on Wednesday nights and tomorrow night, and most Thursdays I play in a Fate system game on the Blue Water Dragoons channel.
Excellent.
Nice.
Thank you, Jeff.
Nothing. I get.
Jeff, I need something from you. So eventually.
I'm unemployed, man. I was laid off in October, and I'm looking for a job. That's all I got. You people are my entire life right now.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Welcome.
Carrie.
I got nothing, man.
I play over on Mini Terrain Domain every Monday night, and this coming Monday we are actually getting back into our live campaign with the whole party. So we just wrapped up our big 5 week in a row solo session montage. So we're gonna come back on Monday with the whole squad. And then actually the reason we sometimes go every other Wednesday here is because I play on Big Bearded Nerd. We play Call of Cthulhu, and we are playing a week from tonight, continuing in M. Davies's campaign. They do a really, really nice job, and we are on session 3 of that. So be sure to join us.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I am Jay, also known as NeoFet3 on the socials. I run Star Wars Shadowport Adventures on Big Bearded Nerd on Sundays, which we're on hiatus right now, which we will be coming back in February.
Yes.
I am also which Hawkmere is on. Wednesdays, every other Wednesdays we're here. Every other Tuesday, starting next week on the 11th, the Legends of Saltmarsh, the fraternal twin, I call it, but the twin game that's set in the village is starting up again for the 2022. So we're going to be on the 11th. Join us there on MTD there. And then I've got a few more things brewing, which I will be joining a cast for another D&D game.
Jay gets to play.
I get to play.
Oh, Forever DM gets to play.
Forever
That's
DM
always
gets
a
to
great
play.
day.
And this will be a campaign. That's all I'm gonna spoil right now. But it is on a notable channel. So
Wow.
So a little teaser.
Jacifer, this is bullcrap. I need to know. After we cut,
Tune
inquire
in
I
next
need
week.
to know.
Because I got session 0 this weekend and January. So by February, we're going to start. So next week or next time in 2 weeks when we return, I'll have all the details at that point. So
Cool.
thank you so much for joining us. We are on YouTube. So the VODs will be put on YouTube. On the Emporium for the Wayward Gamer YouTube channel. So if you missed us, they're going to be there. Also, the highlights are here as well. So share, let everyone talk about it. Come join us and have some fun. And remember, be kind to each other and don't be a jerk.
Yep.
Words to live by.
Learn to live by.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night. Take care.